Mzansi, now this one is raising eyebrows. A Brigadier Mbangwa Nkhwashu reveals that he visited Ki Molefe in jail. Not at the shops. Not at a public rally. In jail. Now anytime a senior law enforcement figure and a jailed political name end up in the same headline, South Africans immediately ask one thing: what's really happening behind the scenes? Because in this country, we've learned the hard way, what happens publicly is often only half the story. Today we are unpacking the revelation, the politics behind it, the contradictions it exposes, and why ordinary people should care. According to the claim, Brigadier Mbangwa Nkhwashu revealed that he visited Ki Molefe while Molefe was in jail. Now on the surface, some may say, so what? But in South Africa, context matters. When senior officials interact with politically connected or controversial figures in custody, people naturally. Was it official? Was it personal? Why does it matter now? And those questions don't come from paranoia. They come from experience. Because too many things in this country happen in shadows first, and get explained later. If an ordinary citizen is sitting in jail, nobody is discussing special visits from high-ranking figures. Nobody is trending. Nobody is issuing statements. So when it happens around known names, people notice the difference immediately. And that's where frustration begins. South Africans are tired of a two-speed system. One system for the connected. Another for everybody else. That perception alone is dangerous. Because trust in justice is everything. This isn't just about one visit. It's about access. Who gets access to power? Continue working even when they're in trouble. That's the deeper political meaning. In many democracies, power doesn't disappear when someone is arrested or jailed. It simply changes form. Influence can still move through relationships, loyalty, and back-channel communication. That's why moments like this matter. They remind people that formal consequences and informal power are not always the same thing. The bigger South African pattern. Mzansi has seen this before. Big names get caught in controversy. Then suddenly, quiet meetings happen, statements are coordinated, narratives shift. Supporters mobilize. Institutions become defensive. That's why citizens are suspicious. Not because they enjoy conspiracy theories. Because history has trained them to question everything. Contradictions people can see. Here's the contradiction. We are told institutions are impartial. We are told everyone is equal before the law. We are told process matters. But then special attention seems to follow certain names. Meanwhile, ordinary people face delays, poor treatment, and indifference. A mother trying to open a case can wait for hours. A victim may never get feedback. A community reports criminals and sees no action. But when politically known people are involved, suddenly there's movement. That contrast is what hurts public confidence. How it affects ordinary citizens. Some people think these stories are elite gossip. They're not. They affect everyone. Because when trust in institutions drops, people stop reporting crimes. Communities become angry. Investors lose confidence. Cynicism grows. Rule of law weakens. And when the rule of law weakens, the poor suffer first. The wealthy can buy security. The connected can make calls. Ordinary citizens carry the risk. That's the real impact. Possible power plays. Whenever revelations like this surface, there may be multiple agendas. Maybe it was innocent. Maybe it was procedural. Maybe it was an attempt to shape public perception. That's why transparency matters. If the public doesn't get clear explanations, speculation fills the gap. And speculation thrives where trust is weak. What supporters might say. Some people will defend the visit. They'll say officials engage people for many reasons. They'll say not every interaction is corruption or interference. And that's true. Not every meeting is sinister. We must be fair. Facts matter. Evidence matters. Context matters. Critics will say this proves the powerful remain protected. They'll say networks matter more than law. They'll say accountability in South Africa is selective. And whether fully true or not, that belief is spreading. That should worry every institution in the country. Because once people stop believing in fairness, social trust collapses. The public deserves clarity. Why was the visit made? In what capacity? Was it authorized? Answer those questions openly. Because secrecy creates suspicion. Transparency builds legitimacy. South Africans are not stupid. People can smell when a story has missing pieces. Citizens don't expect perfection. They expect honesty. They expect leaders and institutions to respect the people enough to tell the truth. That's not too much to ask. This story is bigger than Brigadier Mbangwa Nkhwashu. It's bigger than Ki Molefe. It's about whether South Africa has won justice. That's the uncomfortable question. And until it's answered, frustration will keep growing. What do you think, Mzansi? Was this a normal visit, or a sign that connections still rule everything? Do high-profile figures get treatment ordinary citizens never would? Can South Africans still trust the system?
Yes, please, I invite you.
Drop your views in the comments, no fence-sitting. And if you want bold, fearless analysis that says what many are thinking, hit like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow a community that demands truth, not theater.